Today's Instagram shout goes to Brian OBS90. Brian, that is so sick. I'm glad that I inspire you. That's why I make my videos. And if you guys want to have the chance of your Instagram shout out, all you got to do is use today's hashtag, which is hashtag static, and leave your Instagram down below. Alright, what's going on, guys? My name is Alex Widuch and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm super excited today. I hope you guys are excited as well because we're going to be doing a Mark 5 to Mark 4 coilover swap on this 2001 Audi TT. Ooh, the meat and potatoes. I'm super hyped for this one. Mark 4 coilovers are set up where they have this sandwich type technique to hold everything compressed together through this little top hat. The Mark 5 coilovers are bolted up by this 3-bolt pattern from the bottom and then held in from the top. So today I'm gonna have to drill a bolt hole here, and somewhere in this area. If you haven't already and you enjoy my content and want to keep up with my future projects, make sure you smash the subscribe button. We just hit 25K, which is absolutely insane. I appreciate that so much. And if you guys want to help support the channel, the absolute best thing you can do is make sure you just smash the thumbs up. I got the car moved away from its other spot and I got it jacked up. I had to roll it onto this piece of wood because the car was so low I wasn't able to get to the jack point. Before we go ahead and take the suspension off, we got to go ahead and remove this wheel. Since the Mark 4 has a sandwich type setup, I'm going to go ahead and remove this center bolt, and this whole entire setup should just go ahead and fall right out the bottom. The whole entire setup was blown out, so what I did was I took the cup from a Mark 5 rear coilover and I put it on the top here to make a sandwich. The coilover just fell out the bottom and everything on here is just super jank. There's no preload on this. This whole setup was complete trash. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm not even going to spread the knuckle. This whole setup's going to stay in here, so I'm just going to spin this threaded part off of here and then I'll be able to put my other coilover back into this spot. We'll have to drill those holes still, but I feel like that's going to be the easiest part about this whole thing. Now that I got the Mark 4 coilover completely spun out of the car, you guys can still see that this piece right here is completely still into the knuckle, and what I'm going to go ahead and do is remove this piece from the Mark 5 coilover and spin this back into the place of the Mark 4. All we're going to have to do is drill out these holes to mount this to the chassis. Now that I've got the coilover knuckle piece completely spun off, you guys can see the comparison between the Mark 4 and the Mark 5. The spring is much shorter on the Mark 5 coilover because these are 12K. This is a 28K Swift spring, but also the shock dampening body is much longer on the Mark 4 than it is on the Mark 5, so you will be able to get a much lower ride height. For now, I just went ahead and removed the strut brace because the strut brace might get in the way and it utilizes these 3 bolts, and I want to be able to remove one of these bolts. I believe I'm going to need to remove this one right here, and I'm going to need to cut a section out of that strut brace. But if you have a Mark 4 and you don't even have a TT, you won't even need to worry about the strut brace, but I'm gonna need to cut a little section out of it, so that's why I removed it. So what's really cool about the Mark 4 top pads, you can clearly see all these stamp outs right here, and they actually line exactly up and center out the Mark 5 top hat. So we have 1, 2, 3 holes. I'm gonna go ahead and drill these out real quick, and it's gonna center the whole top hat out. Like, I don't even need to do any measurements, which is awesome. Got the drill, hole punch, start drilling this with a small drill bit, and then I'm gonna step it up to this 5/16 drill bit right here. And then finally jump it up to a 3/8. So it actually turns out I had to drill this hole a little bit over to the left, but that's no big deal. These 2 holes right here did line up. This thing mounts up beautifully. It's super centered out. So let's go ahead and mount this coilover up into this spot. So this is a Mark 5, Mark 6, Mark 7 coilover body, but this is a Mark 4 sleeve for the knuckle, and it spins right in there. It's the same exact thread pitch, which is absolutely awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this gap, and then we'll be able to throw the bolts into the top hat. Now with this coilover completely compressed, I believe it's about 1 inch shorter, the dampener body. So we've already taken off 1 inch. So I'm gonna have to raise this up if I want it to be the same ride height, but for now, I'm gonna leave it slant. I'll adjust it at another time if it is too low. Oh, that's what I like to see. I'm super pumped on this. There we go, the car's lifting up. The whole entire car is now held up by a Mark 5 coilover, which is awesome. So I've got the passenger side all taken apart, all jacked up, but I had to go ahead and remove this bolt right here. I just went ahead and tapped it a few times because these are only inserted in here. I had to remove that in order to get this bolt in here. And then once I go ahead and do this top hat piece, I'll incorporate this bolt to take this bolt's place when I go to put back the strut brace in. Coilovers are installed on the left side and the right side. Now let's see this. There's not gonna be much of a visual difference, but handling, of course. Okay, we're already bottomed out. All right, so this has me so hyped. This is literally the perfect height. Maybe not the perfect height for back road driving like I want to do. Now that the suspension is all tightened up, there's no longer going to be that loose top hat. It's all solidly mounted up This is what I had before holding it down. As you guys can see, that rubber has a lot of play. Now it's solid mounted. It has that pillow bearing in there. It's gonna allow for no movement. And the height that it's sitting at right now, I'm super happy with. I'm super excited to see what's gonna drive like. We're gonna do a future driving video with this thing on back roads and stuff, maybe go on a little adventure. Now that I have suspension that supports me a bit better than what I had before. Right now I'm currently on 12K BC springs with the 12K BC body, and the old springs were just a regular 8K valve with a 28K spring, so it literally rode like dog poop, and now I'm excited to see what it's gonna drive like. Now I went ahead and I fitted up the strut brace to see what else I was gonna have to drill and cut and stuff like that, and it actually turns out I'm only gonna need to cut one thing, which I'm pretty happy about. Now this is the passenger side right here, and the bolt that I need to use is right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and cut a line diagonally right here where this weld stops and this weld stops, and this chunk should just come right out, so I'll be able to drill a hole in here so I can bolt it up. I got that little chunk cut right out. Like I said, it wasn't welded on, so it's just a simple cut. I've got all 3 holes drilled for the driver's side, and I just drilled the pilot holes for the passenger side. I've just been stepping it up from the 5/16 to 3/8 and then the 1/2 inch. I've got the passenger side all drilled out. These holes literally look OEM. I'm so proud of this. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think, but let's throw this thing into the car. Look at that. That's like literally OEM fit. Gotta celebrate. Cannot wait to show you guys during the daytime how this thing drives. It's a whole world of a difference. It's so sick. It's literally OEM plus. This took me no more than 2 hours. I was kind of just filming, so it was taking me a bit longer, but this all mounted up great. The drilling the holes was a little bit weird because I didn't have everything measured out perfectly. Got the BC dampeners in the top, so I can click it this way or click it that way for soft or hard. These BCs that the TT was currently on was completely blown out. This top hat piece is actually supposed to be the same size, and as you guys can see, this had all this free float. It was absolutely horrible. And then the cup that goes on top that's supposed to pull it down was completely blown out, so I had to use these spacers, and that just equaled out to a really bad ride. Now that I got this, I went for that little pull in between me showing you guys what it looked like, and it pulled so much weirder and pulled into the driveway. I'm so used to feeling clanking and stuff, and it was so solid. Can't wait to show you guys what this car feels like in the daytime, go rip some back roads and have some fun. And I'm just super excited to where this car is going to lead me, especially the winter. We can raise the car. I can literally raise this car 3.5 inches from where it currently is, which is awesome. Put on some snow tires. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Would that be pretty cool? But this came out awesome. If you guys are going to be doing this, let me know down below. I'm super excited for you guys to actually go ahead and pursue this because I gave you guys a good little template of how to do it. It was super quick. You really don't need to have much knowledge, and it just looks so OEM plus. That looks so cool. I am so excited about that. If you guys aren't already subscribed, make sure you smash that subscribe button. I can't believe we just hit 25,000. We're on the road to 100K, which is absolutely awesome. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please throw it a like. That literally helps out so much. It's free for you guys to do, and it means so much to me that you guys like the videos. And rate how I did on a scale from 1 to 10. Does it look OEM? I'd love to hear your suggestions in your comments down below. But on that note, guys, that's gonna be a wrap on today's video. I love making this content for you guys. It's gonna keep coming, and I hope you guys are smiling. That's the only reason I make these videos. I love making these videos, and I love inspiring you guys to do what you wanna do. So don't let anyone put you down. Your vehicle is unique to you, and remember to just keep smiling. So on that note, I'm out, guys. Peace. Bernie time, baby.